now's the time. Get ready for who y'all came to see.
Justice. Boy, they say the brother wrong. You ain't gonna stop till they change all these outdated laws. Addresses internet violence and all these school shootings. That's racially motivated and all these school shootings. Too late for turning back now because we all in. I even give you my number so you can call in. You can leave it with money if you can name the mix. Got 314-282-5086. We tackle all of the topics you need to break. Totally transparent and so much need to say. What can we do about all these guns on the street? Or extensive background check or the fund the police. If you don't feel that that's a recipe for winning, feel free to call me so you can give me your opinion.
I don't want to hear no fluff.
That's why you need the new mic, Justice. 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 Justice.
New mic,
Justice.
No, mic,
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 Justice. All right, y'all, we back live with another edition of Just Us for All, the Mikey Justice Hour. The time will be 7:30, so y'all know what it is, Wednesday night. Got my man Phil in the house with me on standby.
What's up, everybody?
All right, first order of business, man. Do them old greetings, man. Like to say what's up to everybody out there supporting, man.
Yes, sir.
Once again, thank you for tuning in to Just Us for All. I'm your host, Mikey Justice, and time for an hour of me. And this guy right here, he gonna help me out a little bit.
Yeah, why not? You know.
Shout out to family, friends, and everybody watching, man. Like I said, that support is real important, and appreciate everybody that's been holding me down, man. Still can't get them numbers up where I want them to go. In the headphones, brother. Yeah, man. Still can't get that support like I want from family and friends. You know, like I say, I'm doing good as far as my numbers, but it's always all the non-followers and people like that. So, you know, family, friends, if y'all watching, hopefully we can get them numbers up and give a little bit more support. Like I said, all the little videos with the top 5 and all that other stuff is cute, you know, just something to do. But my main purpose is, you know, this show is about making America actually great again, or the first time, or whatever they want to call it.
Right.
That's what we about. Like I said, man, we got bigger fish to fry. I'm gonna try to take this thing to another level, amp it up, and just do some good stuff with this platform. First order of business, man. Yeah, like I said, shout out to my Bulldogs. I always got to put them in there, man. And all my people watching from Classical Junior Academy. What's up, y'all? Who in the house with us tonight? Yeah, man. We got a little bit better equipment today, so hopefully some of that buffering and all that technical stuff won't be so much of an issue today. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the show should run a little bit smoother than usual. Hopefully it will. And with that being said, my brother, my first order of business, did you see that Mr. Matthew McCullough resigned?
No.
Bob McCullough's son.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, man. I was like, yeah, that's the first thing that came to mind, man, because, you know, we had a nice show and discussion about that situation. You know, anybody that's holding that type of position with that type of family name, man, you know, you can't do nothing that irresponsible around kids and not be held accountable.
Yeah.
So
you're done.
Yeah, man. I mean, I was even to the point where I was like, I would even want to see him maybe go somewhere else and get a job. You know what I'm saying? If it come out that mental illness played a part in why he acted out like that. But other than that, man, if it's nothing to that extent, I don't think he you know, should be eligible to be a police officer.
I would even say with mental illness, if mental illness is a factor, then you're just not eligible to be a police officer. You need to do something else.
Yeah, I mean, mental illness, can it be cured? Is it anything that you can do about mental illness? Are you permanently mental ill? That's what I'm saying. If you got some help,
but that's the thing. Like for you can't have a breakdown like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you cannot take that chance if you.
No, like when I look at the mugshots, man, his nose was, you know, scratched up and bloody. He had a Band-Aid on. Mm-hmm. Like what was that picture from? Is that something that happened that day, or he's been in trouble with the law before? You know what I'm saying? They
probably roughed him up when they was restraining him. You know?
Probably, you never know. But I was wondering that, man. I was like, man, why is he roughed up in the mugshot? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, Is that something that happened that day, or is he a person that has been in trouble with the law before?
Yeah, I think it probably, pure speculation. I'm thinking that it happened that day.
Right. Ain't no telling, man. Yeah. Another thing I want to bring up, man, did you see the county, they have passed a law putting a age restriction on the guns?
Well, all right. Some kind of restrictions.
I'm kind of torn, man. I think that is some of that fake protocol. I think it sucked, bro. Being honest, you hear me? Yeah. Because they the age restriction is 16.
Okay, just old enough to go to the Airbnb and grab your AK-47.
What do you think that they're going to accomplish by putting the restriction and limit at 16? I don't think that's the solution. You hear me? Okay. No. This is what it is. It's 16. Long as you have an adult with you. Mm-hmm. That's oxymoronic in itself. Because if you need an adult to be able to do something, shouldn't you start by raising the age limit to where you an adult and don't need an adult to do it with you?
Yeah. No,
you don't think so?
It's I had to kind of look at what the intent of it is. I think they're trying to go with I'm steady thinking about a father taking his son shooting or hunting or whatever they do.
Don't matter, man, because still, I mean, at 16, the adult should still be responsible for protecting that kid. You hear me? And if you're taking them to a shooting range and they're shooting, that's something else. Mm-hmm. Why do they have to have it on them all the time? That's what the law is passing, for the right to have, for them to be able to carry this gun. If you are 16, so I'm saying 17-year-old, once again, we go back to not being able to make rational decisions until you're 23 years old.
Right.
So 17, that means that they're saying that you're able to be in a position to handle yourself as an adult with a gun. If you're able to handle yourself as an adult, then you will need to get an adult, right?
Yeah, but I think that's where the putting the adult in there is where they trying to make it to where they feel like something responsible is going on.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, man. The way we live, you know how we do it. Timelines and everything affect how we move and how we live. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Once we start seeing ourselves 35 and finna hit that 40, that's when our mind get right. You hear me? When we get up to those marks.
Yeah.
So why even play with it? Mm-hmm. If you're saying that you're ready at 17 because you said up until 16 you need a parent. Mm-hmm. So you're saying 17. Why not cut out the middleman and just make it an even 18 or 21?
Okay, I think I misunderstood the law. They saying you need a parent until you reach that age. Right.
Then after that, you're able to have a weapon on you if you're with an adult. Both of y'all packing like the Wild Wild West. The adult should have the gun on them, right? And if you need that many guns on you, you might need to.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of confusing. So they saying the person that's below the age of 16
has the right to have a weapon on them
as long as they're a parent with them, or
an adult with them. Right.
Right. Okay. Now, once you reach 17. You could be by yourself with a gun.
When you're 17, you're gonna be those kids that were downtown at the Airbnb.
Yeah, okay.
Unsupervised. You're able to drive yourself around.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell an adult, your parent, that you have a gun. You hear me? Mm-hmm. You're not responsible at that age. You hear me? You're still a kid. You hear me?
Yeah.
That's like saying, okay, you can't come to the strip club unless you're 16 with your parent. Right. But when you turn 17, you got the right to walk up in there, get butt naked, walk it. No, man, you don't put kids in adult situations. If you need an adult to do it, that means that it's something that should be done by adults. It's not for kids.
Right.
So make start the age at where they're an adult.
Or at least legally able to make a decision.
You can only buy cigarettes when you're 18 to 21, but if you're 14 and you with your mama, smoke your whole pack. You hear me?
Right.
Come on, man. That's what I'm saying about fake protocol.
Yeah.
You hear me?
All right, I got you.
and reason why I said fake protocol, man, because it's certain things that I put under that.
Yeah.
When I say fake protocol, I was hoping that OTS was able to join us today because I remember when all three of us went down to the Calico that time.
Yeah,
You hear me?
Yeah.
And we saw some fake protocol.
Indeed. Yeah.
That's when the COVID and everything else was going on. You hear me?
Right.
500 tables open. Now, you know Calico downtown, well-known, pretty big restaurant. You hear me? Man, they got 500 tables open and be talking about 15, 20-minute wait.
Yeah.
Because it went back to that, we're doing you a favor. You hear me?
Right.
You know, it's COVID.
We only opening up this side of the restaurant.
Right.
Yeah.
So the whole 20 minutes, 15 minutes or whatever that they have you waiting, you stand there and look at the host or hostess standing there wiping down menus and everything. They just standing there putting one little squirt of the little solution on the front. They wipe it down, flip it over, give it a squirt on the back, and they wipe it down. I turned around, I looked at Phil, I say, I guess ain't nobody ever gonna open the menu and read it and order nothing, huh?
Nah.
That's on the front and the back.
Yeah.
I said, come on, man. So that's fake protocol. Because if you was actually trying to keep people from getting sick, you would have hand sanitizer at the register. People would be wearing gloves, and you'll be wiping every part of the menu down that's going to touch the people's hand. But once again, that's fake protocol, man. You heard me?
Fake news.
Just make it look like we care enough to shut you up. You know what I'm saying? Like we trying to do something about it, but are we really trying to do something about it? Not really.
Nah.
Yeah, man. Following up on the little story I was talking about last week, man. Yeah, man. I was like, I didn't know if that guy was the neighbor or who stabbed the little kid or whatever. Come to find out, man, he was the landlord.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, that's something else, brother. To the point where you ain't even tripping off getting money no more because you got that much hate in you. You hear me? And it say that the lady, the mother, she was stabbed like 12 times, and the little boy was stabbed 26 times. 71-year-old man. He was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. No. I mean, he was charged with 1 count of first-degree murder, 1 count of attempted first-degree murder, and charged with 2 hate crimes. He said that with all the war going on with Israel and Hamas, that this family was Palestinian, and that all the conflict in the Middle East triggered something that made him attack that family
and kill a boy, a defenseless little boy.
Once again, man, like I had a lot of people calling me and leaving comments like, you know, you was really real on point with that. When did your parenting instinct kick in? You hear me? Because I'm thinking about, man, oh man, the dude look so puny and weak, man. I'm like, I don't get how he was able to stab the lady 12 times, man. But you know, I wasn't in that situation. But
right.
You got to fight harder than that. Once he come after me with that knife, you only got nothing but one knife. You know, I'm gonna push my son out of there, run next door, get out of there. You know, if I'm gonna get stabbed anyway, bro, my kid ain't gonna take 26
If I'm going
sticks.
down, you're gonna have to some explaining to do. When somebody look at your face, ask you why you missing a hand, a part of your nose, it's finna be something. Yeah,
man. You know, that's what a lot of, I had a lot of my friends, co-workers and everything, mainly females, like, yeah, you're right. It'll been 2 dead people, you know, because there's a lot of people like, man, there's no way, you know, that I can run in no bathroom, run out there and leave that kid to fend for themselves. You hear me?
Yeah, man, there's no, I can't have it.
Yeah, man. And while we on the subject of the Israel and the Hamas war, man, they still not being transparent, and I'm still not understanding what everything is about, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, like, remember when we made the show a few weeks back, and I was saying that I was going to call out certain people and everything, and I got so much feedback about, you know, how good of an idea to do something like that is. You hear me? Because I'm just tired of all the fluff and all the wool, man. Yeah. I'm ready to hold these people accountable. You hear me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what it's about. You know what the bad rhetoric that you putting out here is causing, and I'm just not finna go for it. I'm not finna keep on playing the fool for nobody, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to hear it come out of your mouth, because what I'm seeing, man, it's just plain as day. It's plain as day, bro. Like to say that type of rhetoric and what they're putting out here is not the cause of a lot of this stuff, man. I don't know what you're looking at. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just wish we could contact some of these political experts. You hear me? I was thinking about somebody like Channel 5 political expert, Mark Maxwell. Like, what would it take to get somebody like him on the show?
Well, you know, we ain't no stranger to getting up on these news people.
No, we not, man. I'm thinking like I'm like, what is it? Like when you got a big brand people flock to you and they want to be part of your show. You hear me? You know, it's like you said last week. Okay, them numbers getting up there. It's cool enough to like us now.
Right.
That's how I feel about it, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's gonna take. You hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna take money to get some of these people to answer some of these questions.
A little bit
to be on this show. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But that's what it's gonna be, man. If we can give change to people standing on the street panhandling, man, we can give change to causes like this.
Right.
And I'm gonna come right out and start asking people, man.
Yeah.
Communication is a must. I see it at my job. I see it everywhere. People don't want to talk. You hear me?
Right.
And we don't want to deal with nothing because we feel like it's going to be something.
Right.
If it's going to be something and cause us to have to move these toes or these fingers, we don't want to do anything, man.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
So it got to be more to it than that. You hear me? And that's what I'm saying, man. I wanna try to see what it's gonna take. I'm gonna ask you, do I need to pay you?
Right.
You hear me? Because
Right,
if it's
$2
about you know, the welfare of the people, man, they state of being, they mind state and them being right, man, it's worth every penny to me.
Right.
You hear me? So
Yeah, that little money ain't gonna hurt them.
you know, if we could throw $1 in the pot for lottery, man, I just want to put stuff out here like that. They claiming that that they don't have the money to do this stuff. You hear me? Like I said, what can you do when people are willing to pay for it out of their own pocket for what they want?
Right.
Like Ellie Davis say, you pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I want to start pushing. You hear me? See how many real people out here, man. See how many people really tired of this stuff. You hear me?
Right.
And whatever it takes to make a difference and bring change, that's what we need to go about doing. You hear me?
Yeah.
And see how many people want to ride, man. Because I'm 100% sure that it's still some real and honest and straight up real deal people out here, man.
Yeah.
You know, if turning on this TV and seeing all these innocent people get killed, man, because of all this whole politics and government, you know, underhanded stuff and all this bad rhetoric, if that don't make you feel some type of way, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. It makes me sick. I'm tired of seeing it. You hear me? I'm tired of seeing it, man. I'm tired of seeing it, and I'm tired of, you know, feeling like I'm stupid and like the whole world is stupid, like we don't know what it's gonna take. You know what I'm saying? I talk to my people all the time and we be like, how can we sit up here and in 2 minutes make common sense out of everyday stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And these people that have all these letters in the front and back of their name,
Right.
degrees and everything else, man, can't figure none of this stuff out.
Yeah. They don't want to.
There you go.
Yeah.
They don't want to. You hear me?
Yeah.
Because it don't benefit them, and that's how the whole world work, man. You hear me? You want to push the easy button. It ain't about nothing, nobody's skin color. It ain't about none of that, man. It's about if you let me have control of you, your mind, and you continue to be my puppet. That's how I'm gonna play you every time.
Right.
You hear me?
Yeah.
So I blame a lot of it on us.
Yeah, because that's the like I said, that's pressing the easy button. Like what are you willing to give up so you can be comfortable? People love comfort. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm just to the point where it's like, man, if it really makes sense and about something that's really worth something, if that sandwich got some meat on it, bro, then it shouldn't be that hard to understand.
Right.
You hear me?
Yeah.
If it was nothing that we can do, man, other than to kill innocent people and go to war. We can't negotiate. We can't talk. We can't do nothing. And I don't really feel that, man.
Yeah.
Because we living in the times of social media.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
How can
in the age of information and communication and everybody got a phone. Yeah. You
you know, like I talk to my family, man. I'm like, make it make sense for me because it don't. You saying that you're the leader of a country that's at war. Then tomorrow I see you on TV doing interviews like nothing is going on.
Right.
What do you know or who do you know that makes it so easy for you to be able to move like you want to? You hear me?
Yeah. Why you know, all the people that's in the South Gaza or whatever, they trying to evacuate, but you know, our leaders just hopping from plane to plane like it's nothing, you know.
Bruh. That's why I want to get somebody that's an expert to try to break this down and explain it to people, man, because it's still not making sense to me. Now, when I watch the news, right, I remember when this war first started, it always looked like, remember I said one of the things that stood out to me was the way that President Biden would say that we 100% have Israel's back. You hear me? Right. Then they start talking about all the bloodshed and all the innocent people that's dying. You hear me? And then, you know, you got to the point where the UN and other people start talking about putting sanctions on these companies.
Right.
And they immediately call for a ceasefire. You hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I turned on the TV today, it's talking about all the innocent people that the Israel people are killing.
Right, yeah.
They done unleashed 400 attacks on them.
Right.
So I'm sitting back like, if all these innocent people can keep getting killed, and when in Israel, the one that we're protecting is the one that's steady dropping all the bombs, unleashing all the attacks on the other people, then who's really the victim?
Yeah.
Is it the Hamas people or is it Israel? Because they're telling us that we're backing Israel. We have their back 100%. But when I look on the news, they're the ones that's bringing the fight to the people.
Yeah, it's the everyday people that's suffering in Palestine and in Israel.
So
it ain't the people that's in the government. It's the everyday people that they got to live with it.
So once again, man, are we still 100% backing them? And if we are, when are they going to answer that question? Is it because that's something that's biblical? Is that an unwritten rule? That's agreement that y'all made hundreds of years
Right.
before all of these people that's dying now didn't know nothing about, had nothing to do with it? You know what I'm saying? Is it because they're in your pocket? Yeah, I mean,
That's what it is. It ain't biblical. It ain't got nothing to do with God or religion. It's all about that dollar. The United States is backing Israel because they've been backing Israel. You know what I'm saying? And that's they into that Middle Eastern world, to them resources and all of that.
don't get it, man. Don't get it. You're talking out of both sides of your neck. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there's no rules to war. If you bombing on me, you hear me?
Right. Yeah.
If you bombing on Betty, don't be surprised she come back bombing on you, man. You hear me?
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
same philosophy. You backing somebody up in the corner, you hear me?
Yeah.
You know, how much can a person take?
Yeah.
You killing my innocent people and everything else, you know what I'm saying? But it got to be some type of resolve to it, man.
And I'm, like I said, man, I'm pretty sure that if the people of these two countries got together, they would have some resolve. But it's the governments that's pushing their agenda. That's why you don't have no resolve.
And this what really has floored me, man, in the last couple of days. Ever since the Israel and Hamas war has came to the forefront or whatever, you don't hear them really talk about the Ukraine and Russia war no more. So is that war over?
Nah, it's still going on.
It's like COVID, man. Once they got something else to talk about, then all of this stuff don't matter no more. You hear me?
Yeah, it's still very much a part of it, and a part of this Israel-Hamas war. And you got China that's on the sidelines that's kind of instigating.
Bro, so that's what I'm trying to get people to pay attention to what's going on. You hear me? That's a lot of countries that's being involved. And once you start getting UN and other people involved, man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we in the midst of watching a world war unfold right in front of us. You hear me?
Yeah.
I mean, when you go back to saying that you seeing people get killed just like in the times of Holocaust and stuff like that, man, I know it's a whole bunch of people that could not even, what they say, fathom anything like that, man.
Yeah.
We should not be experiencing that type of stuff with these times, man.
No,
the
not
world
at
is
all.
way too advanced. Technology has advanced.
And this is history. Like, how many times we got to repeat this stuff, man, before we learn from it?
Well, until somebody step up and do something. And that's what I'm saying. If you got to move your fingers and do something, you hear me?
Right.
I talked to my mom about it before, you know. She talk about little things as simple as just trying to schedule transportation to go to a doctor's appointment. You hear me?
Right.
You know, everything is just out of whack now. You hear me? Nothing. Nobody wants to do anything. They feel like long as there's a system in play, that is good enough.
Right.
Don't matter if it's effective, if it's a broke system.
Right. Just
Long as we can
broke
say,
system.
long as we can say that we have a system in place, and long as people don't never want to get out and vote, long as people never want to speak up, long as you rather hit the blunt than care about your country,
Yeah.
then it's gonna keep on going on.
Yeah.
Because
on who is such and such, the white man, Chinese man,
like
the
we say,
Arab,
bro,
whatever.
if you keep on doing the same thing, you're gonna keep on getting the same results. You hear me?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. It don't make sense for the same type of stuff to be happening, but if you never change your pattern or try to do nothing different, then you're gonna keep getting the same results.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
In life, in finance, in relationship, if you keep on doing the same thing, you're gonna keep on getting the same results. You hear me?
Yeah.
So tired of it, man. Yeah. So all of that, man, all that acting like you really down for the people, you really doing this, you hear me? All that you know, how the Republican Party try to represent a lot of times like it's really all about the people and all that. It's fake news, man. It's all fake protocol. You hear me?
Yeah.
And I can't
They ain't really about that.
I can't roll with none of it, man. I'm so done with all of that, man. Let's see, man. Yeah, man. I was thinking about old Kansas City, man.
Mhm.
I was wondering why St. Louis and Kansas City do not work together more to try to get more stuff done, not just for the city of St. Louis or Kansas City, just for the state of Missouri, period, man. I was telling my mom, I say, Kansas City is big.
Yeah.
You know, when you hear Kansas City, it's Kansas City, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri.
Right.
I say, and the one that I know is Missouri.
Right.
And it's right part of this state. You hear me?
Yeah.
But we act like it's so far away, bro.
Mhm.
We in the state where the most trending thing right now is happening.
Right.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. You hear
Right.
me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how much they're profiting off of that?
Yeah.
Costumes, commercials, the news analysts making jokes. You hear me?
Yeah.
I mean, to the point where almost crossing that line sometimes. You
Yeah.
hear me?
Right.
But it is what it is, man. You know, it's Taylor Swift. She
Right,
brings
she
that.
moves the needle.
Yeah, she bring that type of attention around when she come around, man.
Yeah.
So you would think that the people here, with the age of social media and all this money that's floating around, the smart thing would be to try to capitalize on something
Right.
like
Get
that.
on
You hear
something
me?
like that. Yeah.
Man, I heard them talking about Ollie Gates on that show, boy.
Mhm.
Barbecue spot. You hear me?
Yeah.
World famous. Your boy Tech Nine from
Uh-huh.
old Kansas City.
Right.
He talks about that place, man. You hear me?
Mhm.
When we got to talking about taking the show out to the people, you hear me?
Yeah.
I was thinking about going to some of those places first. You know, that way all the extra hating and all the bias, whatever they say, all the politics won't be in there.
Right.
You
yeah.
know, they'll just appreciate us trying to showcase them, open up and let us do an interview there.
Right.
So that's where my next move is going to be. I'm gonna see if we can contact Ollie Gates,
Yep.
take a
Ollie
trip
Gates, you on the clock.
to Kansas City.
Yep.
You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And see if they have any ideas on what we can do to collab, work together, and try to make the whole state better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And while we there, we might kick it a little bit and have some of that barbecue.
Right.
You hear me?
Won't be the worst thing that happened.
No, it won't, man. So I was thinking about contacting them, man, and then I'm still on this push to try to see if we could get 100 of these kids to the dentist, man.
Yeah.
I know some people might feel like that has no purpose. What is that about or whatever?
Mhm.
It's just a goal of mine. It's something that I want to do. And when I put my mind to how much worse stuff I could be on, I don't have no problem with it.
Right,
And I hope
yeah.
don't nobody else do.
Right.
It's just something to do. And that's
Yeah.
what I want to do. I know it's bad. It affected me, man. I know how hard it is to get there. A lot of people they don't look at it as priority.
Mhm.
A lot of people feel like they can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever reason
But
it
that's a
is.
good reason of why why it hit you like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So you could help them get there and it kind of navigate some of them hurdles.
It's still part of that trying to make it make sense, man. You hear me? Like going to the doctor ain't the only part of your health. You hear me? Your teeth and everything else is part of it. You hear me?
Right.
So now that they put the Obamacare Affordable Act or whatever y'all want to call it, you hear me? Into play, man. You hear me?
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. Like I told you, you hear me? People should have been able to go to the doctor. If we can make
Right.
millions and billions of dollars on Powerball, like we said, there should
Yeah.
not be no deficit. That should be paid off. It should be
Yeah,
no
shouldn't be
homeless
no
people out
homeless
here.
people, right.
It shouldn't be. You shouldn't even have to be out here panhandling. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Get
You live.
some help. We got resources.
Why not, man?
Yeah.
You hear me? This America. Let them tell it. You hear me?
Yeah.
What it's all about. So that's what I'm saying, man. I just hope that we could just start doing stuff like that, man, and try to be productive and make stuff better. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Just the whole idea of people getting a chance to go to the doctor, man.
Right.
We know how our people roll, man. We don't go to the doctor,
Right.
because that's an unnecessary bill. That's just some more money.
Yeah,
That,
put
we
some
don't
water on
put
the
plates on the car. We don't
Right.
get insurance. Why am I keep paying every month for something that I'm not going to be able to use? You hear me?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The whole idea of people being able to get their health right and all that, man, is very important. So I love the fact when they finally got to making it make sense. As much as they wanted to fight something like that, they couldn't
Yeah.
because it made too much sense.
Right.
So now I'm just trying to take it a step further. So since they got people able to go to the doctor, man, let's try to work on getting some of these people to the dentist.
Yeah, because it helps.
It do. I mean, to be honest, in some situations, it's even more important. You hear me? Because your teeth will take you up out of here.
Yeah, you get an infection or something like that, man. Be
Yeah.
over with.
Yeah. And after a while, your body just get to the point where it ain't gonna just fight off everything. You hear me? So dropping a little pill all the time is not gonna get it done. You hear me? Just people need to focus more, man, on trying to get their health together, man. And with that being said, you see your mayor, Latasha Jones. Yeah, man, Mayor Tashar Jones. They had just said that she had a positive test for COVID. You hear me? Letting you know that it's real out here,
What you doing all of that glad handing politician, all of them people fake.
Yeah. All that buddy hustling, like we like to say.
There you go. Yeah.
But man, with that being said, I just want to just remind people, man, to do your part to try to stay safe. Cause I ain't believe it since day one. You hear me? The Chinese flu and all this other stuff, man. Ain't no telling what it was. Like I said, bed bugs done went crazy. Right. Everybody, everything out here now. So do your part.
Right.
Wash your hands. Be as neat as you can be. Be safe. Be clean.
Yeah. Yeah. Just don't be all willy nilly.
Right. Because people don't put emphasis on that type of stuff, man. When the pandemic was going on, you seen people try to do a little bit better as far as like keeping themselves clean and washing their hands and all that. But as soon as they stopped talking about it, you seen them. It went right back to the same demo, man. I be surprised, bro. When I go to public place, man, you know how many people I see walk out the bathroom that don't wash their hands, bro?
Yeah, man.
That just, I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
Like we say on this show, bro, it's just time.
Yeah.
20 seconds. What they say, sing Old McDonald to yourself or something, man. 20 seconds, bro. 20 seconds.
And
but that.
And something that's so important, man, that save your life, man. And when you think about it, man, you done dropped nuggets. You done been all back there. you done did to wash your hands.
You done did a whole bunch of stuff. You hear me? But look, mind no hands. I guess if you don't touch it, you ain't got to wash nothing, huh? So.
And then that's a whole nother problem. You walking around with half a cake.
Yeah, bro. Hey. Anyway, moving on.
Right.
One of them things that I like to get off of too, man, them old sports. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Gotta have something that bridge that gap. Can't just talk about garbage for the whole show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have some type of excitement in your life, man. The World Series is all set. Those Texas Rangers against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona, less than 84 wins. Didn't make it to the playoffs to the last day of the season and took it all the way to the World Series.
Into the World Series.
I like
Who did
playoffs.
they beat?
Who?
Arizona.
They beat the Phillies, and the Phillies
And
took
the Phillies
the
beat the
Dodgers.
Braves.
And the Dodgers, I think.
Wow.
All of those teams that had over 100 wins got like swept or lost in the first round.
That's crazy.
And Atlanta had like 4 or 5 people that had over 30 or 40 home runs.
Yeah.
They had big boppers.
Yeah.
Big payroll. You hear me?
Just
And
couldn't put it
home.
together.
I like playoff baseball, man, because that's when it get exciting. But I can honestly tell you, I don't know not nan person on the Arizona Diamondbacks. I can name one person on that team, bro.
Me neither.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Now, for that reason, I'm rooting for Texas. You hear me? Because they got a boy by the name of Adolis Garcia. Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
Man, 15 RBIs in 3 games in the postseason. Breaking all kind of records, bro. Flipping the bat on them, hitting grand slams.
He was tearing them boys up.
First person to hit a postseason home run after he struck out his first 4 plate appearances.
Wow.
So for that reason, man, I'm rolling with these old Texas Rangers. You hear me?
Uh-huh.
And give them a little redemption, because I remember last time they went to the World Series, these guys by the name of Albert Pujols and the St. Louis Cardinals whooped them boys.
Yeah.
You hear me? So
Put that smash down.
So since they ain't playing the Cardinals this time, guess y'all can go and win.
Right.
I won.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and get something in.
Yeah. Yeah, man, but they knocked out my old Astros, Texas. You hear me?
Yeah.
I love them Astros, man. For one, because they got Dusty Baker.
Right.
Always rooting for the black manager. You hear me?
Uh-huh.
Johnny B. Baker.
All right.
And I can thank my mother for that one. She's like, that's a heck of a name, Dusty. Where he can? I said, he could be Dusty. He got Dusty Rose and everything.
Right.
But when we looked up his name, he
Oh,
would
little
be
dirty Dusty.
Johnny B. Dusty Baker.
All
You heard
right.
me? So Johnny B. Good. And then they got my boy Jose Altuve.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of my favorite little men.
Yeah.
He don't suffer from little man complex like a lot of these
He be
cats.
smashing.
Little dude be eating his spinach, boy. He got Popeye worms.
Yeah.
Strong. NBA, man. NBA tip off last night.
All right.
Two
Talk to me.
games. Lakers played them old Nuggets. Nuggets got to get their little ring.
Mm-hmm. How that game go?
It went pretty good. Lakers were getting smashed by about 30 or 40 points, and they only lost by like 4 or 5. So I thought it was pretty good. The old man, you know, in his 21st season, Mr. Ballhead,
Right.
Sucky,
Bron
you know the worst.
James.
You know that guy. What's his name? The
Yeah.
worst player of all time.
Oh, Wiz favorite player.
Still had it. You hear me?
Uh-huh.
He was only 1 for 6 from the outside, but he was 9 for 10 in the paint. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists.
Yeah.
Not bad for a ball hit 40-year-old.
Right.
In his 20-something season. You hear me?
Yep.
LeBron James is still the guy. Anthony Davis, if he could have did anything worth something, they probably would have got the win. He didn't have any points in the second half.
Man, Anthony Davis be BSing sometimes, man.
Man, dude, as cold as that thing. But
Yeah. Sometimes he don't show up though, man. He had him inconsistent times. One game he'll have 15 to 15. The next game he 2 points.
You seen your boy, now they calling him Jello Ball, LiAngelo Ball. Hey, he done got a real cut, man. LaVoie say he bench pressing over 400 pounds.
Dang.
Yeah, I saw him lifting weights. He dunking out, can shoot the three.
Yeah.
Brown Teeth say he better than Zion. I saw him better than Zion. Yeah, he say he's strong. He said when Jello get to the league, you hear me? Jello Ball. All right. I said, hey, I want to see him do it, man. You know,
Right.
You said your sons was them guys, so I want to see every last one of them make it to the pros. You hear me?
Right. And ball out.
Hey, can't front. So far, he done had the receipt.
Yeah.
Everything that old LaVoie has said been pretty much what it is. You hear me? The basketball courts. While we on basketball, man, did you see them courts that they put up over there at Tower Grove?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Look nice. Real nice.
Real nice court, man.
Yeah.
I was so happy for that. You hear me?
Yeah.
Do I think that it's gonna be something? Probably.
Yeah, right.
Same reason we got 4 nice courts at Fairground and people
Yeah.
don't go up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I really like the move because I'm so tired of people letting fear keep them from doing the right thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if we got tennis courts everywhere, you got
Yeah.
bicycle routes, all that, man.
Pickleball.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't have nothing for the people to do, how can you blame them for not doing nothing?
Right.
Give
Yeah.
them something to do.
Exactly.
You hear me?
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying about these rec centers. Great idea. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
To have something like that for the kids to go to, but you can't have it one day out the month.
No.
They want to turn up every weekend.
Yeah.
You hear me?
And have it open and have some security there, man.
Bro,
you know
that's the next thing that I was gonna get to. That's
Yeah.
the lack of security, man. It's
Yeah.
the reason why stuff go the way that it go.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gas station out by my job, man. It cannot keep anybody. You hear me?
Right.
And they got that whole open gas station type thing. You know, me and Phil talk about it all the time. He hate those places that you all behind the glass and you can't
Yeah.
really talk to your people. It feel like if you that scared, then you shouldn't be in that kind of business. Bro, I feel that, you know what I'm saying, it's better when you engage with the people, but it's so much foolishness out here that if that's what worked, you know what I'm saying, that's no different than the turnabouts out there on Natural Bridge. Might slow you down. You might have to put an extra 5 minutes in your commute.
Right.
But if it's getting the results that you're looking for, then it's a great move to me.
Yeah.
You hear me? I mean, look
Yeah.
at look at a lot of these foreigners, man. They spend that money. You hear me?
Right.
When it get 12:00, they don't close the gas station. They close the door. You come
Right.
up to the window. You hear me?
Yeah.
So you make it work. You hear me?
Yeah.
You know, if you want people to engage with the people, that's cool. You leave the place open, but you hire some security,
Yeah.
man. You got to,
And yeah, that's what I'm on. Like, have some security.
bruh. Lack of security is the reason why people don't want to be teachers.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Because you ain't protecting the school. Teachers getting shot, students getting shot.
Right. All kind of stuff going on in the classroom.
You don't want to be no police officer. You hear me?
Right.
Because the integrity of the police has been sacrificed by all the garbage that's out here.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me?
Yep.
So they getting ambushed. Then they used to have that where they knew that pretty much they could Swiss cheese you and nothing would happen to them.
Right.
You hear me? And
Yeah.
now that they're being held accountable,
Right.
you don't have as many people that's so willing to sign up to be police.
Yeah.
So I think the lack of security is the reason why you can't get nobody to work no honest shift and work overnight.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get no teachers at these schools
Right.
because I'm not there to play security guard. Have to
Yeah.
shoot people. I'm there to teach these kids, to teach
Yeah.
the class. So
And then you get pushback a lot of the times when you hold people's kids accountable, when you not such a pushover, you know what I'm saying? A lot of pushback, a lot of extra come with it. So
I mean, you can't discipline them. They
Right.
don't want you to say nothing to them. You
Yeah.
hear me? Why you
Yeah.
think they got a shortage on the bus, man?
Yeah.
People on the bus with guns. They gambling. They smoking. They shooting.
Right.
They having sex. And I'm supposed to be able to watch the road drive and police all this
Right,
going on
yeah.
behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for $15 an hour. Nah, bro.
Right.
Get somebody else to do it. You hear me?
For sure.
So that's part of it. You know,
Mhm.
you're not paying people a decent wage and you're putting them in bad situations. They need to get some security. You hear me?
Yeah.
It's not the renting the Airbnb that's causing the problem. Is renting it to children who you say are mentally stable enough to have a
Yeah.
gun on them. You hear me?
Yeah.
You're going there looking for trouble.
Yeah.
If it gotta be a situation where a kid feel like they got to bring a gun there, bro, then you might need security.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Absolutely.
How many times do you gotta watch the news to keep on seeing it? You hear me?
Yeah.
But once again, we do nothing because there is a system in play.
Yeah.
Broken system, but it is one. You
Yeah.
hear me?
But it's a system.
And then they get to the point where they're talking about limiting the short term rentals. You know, not 1 day, 2 days. Isn't it? I
Right.
think little things like that would make a difference.
Yeah, it would. It would.
When you got to put down $300, $400, $500 deposit, don't get me wrong. You know, some of these kids are very resourceful. I don't know how you get the $500 iPhone, the J's, and all that off your McDonald's check, but
Parents.
say the same one that bought you the J's and the PlayStation, the same one that bought you the AK-47, huh?
Yep.
Poor parents.
And finna take you to the Airbnb and let you get your issue on.
Rent the room, put it in their name,
Yeah.
buddy hustling.
Yep.
Guess that
And then-
I do
then
all that
tell
for
you,
you. That makes
nah.
me the greatest parent.
Now don't do nothing crazy then.
That makes me the greatest parent in the world because I done buddy hustled with my kids, man.
Right.
And while we on the subject of lack of security, man, 1 year anniversary of that Central VPA shooting and everything.
Yeah, man.
Man, I got one question for anybody that's involved or connected with that situation. With it being 1 year later, what have you guys done, if anything, to make sure something like that never happens again?
Great question.
That's all. You
Yeah.
hear me? Because now they're trying to question whether or not it was handled right or anything else. Don't get me wrong, man. My heart go out to the man who lost his wife, to the lady that lost her daughter. You hear me? But I've been around long enough and we've seen enough of these mass shootings to know that if only 2 people lost their life, man, you know, I don't even know what the word is because you're not blessed and you're not lucky to be a part of anything like that. But
Right.
I do know straight up, man, that majority of the times the results or the ending of that is way
Yeah.
worse. You hear me?
Yeah.
You know, so I heard them give praise to a former officer or somebody who supposed to took that guy down.
And,
So
and ended it.
so once again, and we're gonna get off into it in a minute. I'm so tired of hearing one story and then hearing something else, man. You hear me? I don't know what happened, but like I said, in the midst of all that, I heard a lady get praised, and I know only 2 people lost their life, opposed to numerous people in Sandy Hook, Columbine, Marjorie Stoneman
Virginia
Douglas.
Tech.
The list go on and on, man. So you hear me? I don't know if they feel like it could have been handled better. You hear me? But from what I heard, man, and not being as tragic as some of those other situations, I'm just hoping that whoever was in it to win it.
Right.
And it's not no extra that's gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's bad enough that people lost their life. So we don't need no extra on nothing like that. You hear me?
Nah.
But the best move that they did make, man, they hired the young lady who got killed. Her mother, she's like a counselor at the school now. So, you know, she mentors them, talk to the kids, try to bring comfort to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She said that's her way of still feeling like she's engaging with her daughter and her daughter life wasn't taken in vain. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I thought it was a pretty good move.
Yeah, I was really touched by her, man, because through her hurt and her loss, she still wanted to reach out and be a mother figure to those kids, and so that really impressed me, about her.
Yeah, man.
Got a call coming
in. Man, another thing I wanted to talk about, man, is just telling people just to pump their brakes, man. You heard me? We want instant gratification for every little thing, man. That's why our attention span is so short and we can't get anything done out here, man. We need to learn how to pump our brakes, Some things, man, I got to paying attention to, man, and I'm like, how fast do you really want it? You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Man, a lot of stuff don't take no time. You hear me?
Right.
If you really put your mind to tripping off of how long some time really take, man. How long would it really take you to go upstairs right now and go wash your dishes? Maybe 10, 15 minutes?
Right.
And you won't have to worry about no bugs or none of that. You'll have a clean house, have clean dishes and all that. But people, that'll just hurt them. You hear me?
Right.
To do anything that's halfway productive, man. You know what I'm saying? We want instant gratification. We gotta go. We want everything to be bam, bam, bam. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's part of that OCD, that obsessive compulsive disorder and everything.
Right.
You hear me?
Yeah.
So to me, that hello. Hello? I can't really hear you.
Can you hear him now?
Say something, brother. Yeah, I can't really hear him, man. I can hear him a little bit. I don't know as far as the audio of people would be able to hear him right. I can hear him a little bit.
My mic sounds nice.
Yeah, okay. You sound a little bit better there. All right, how you doing, brother? You are live on the Mikey Justice Show.
Right on. Israel Mo.
Hey, how you be?
Greetings, salutations.
Yes, sir.
Philip,
My brother, how you be?
Mikey Justice. My best. I didn't see you guys out at the Sumner homecoming this past weekend. I miss you.
No, man. See, I ain't connected, man. Don't nobody tell me nothing, bro. I can't even get them people to give me no like or no share, man. So, guess they ain't got time to tell me that it was a homecoming.
So it was advertised.
I heard something about it, man, but be honest, I forgot.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, brother. I mean, I got social media, but I haven't honestly seen anything that said anything about homecoming. Just knowing that it's around this time. Other than that, it ain't really crossed my mind. But you did attend, huh?
Of course.
How was that thing?
I had to. Man, it was beautiful. With it being the oldest high school west of the Mississippi, right?
Yes, sir.
And you got all these classes from the 50s, 40s to the 2025s, all in one environment with the unity of Sumner there. It was beautiful, bro. It was kumbaya and turkey dogs and everything else.
Did they have the usual football game? Was there a game or anything that was going on?
No, it was no football, unfortunately. And
What?
I found out something else that was troubling, yes. They don't even, the students don't even use their lockers anymore. Everything is so space age. I was like, you don't use your lockers? That's part of going to school. You know what I mean? It's
So
like,
what did they do
I got
then?
my she said, well, it's only like 200 students in the whole school.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And so that's like 50 freshmen, 50 sophomores, 50 seniors, and 50 juniors, which was 200 in my class alone.
Yeah,
So-
I think when we were there, bro, I think their attendance or enrollment was maybe over 1,000.
Right. So I looked at the neighborhood, and the neighborhood going through a thing. That's why the schools are suffering, right?
Yeah, the neighborhood looked pretty much haunted.
Right. The neighborhood looks.
I don't know,
Don't even
man.
look like the same neighborhood.
You know, I was with old OTS, man, and we did some footage over there for his documentary. You had a lot of places over there, man, that were run down, but just seeing the field over there, the Sumner, some of the moves that they made with Annie Malone, some of the moves that they made at Tandy, man. I do see that neighborhood went down a lot, man, but I also seen a lot of signs of where they're beginning to pick it back up. You hear me? Like I said, we done seen a sign up there saying that they were going to redevelop that area and rebuild Sarah Lou and all that up, but, you know, it's to come. But honestly, bro, I did see some signs of where it looked like they're eventually going to try to build that area back up since it's such a historic area. Yeah, man, but
Well,
yes, sir.
the thing is, I see so much potential if we have a plan and learn how to work the plan collectively. It always starts off as like, let's say, insignificant idea comes to the table, and then everybody turns into chief. No one wants to no longer be an Indian.
Yeah,
And you know, so many chefs spoil the soup.
that's what they say.
So I see that happening in our communities more than not. You know what I'm saying? We can come together, but we don't know how to stay together to work together.
Yeah, brother. I think that's a very good point because, like you might have heard early in the show, man, I was asking him why people like here in Kansas City and other places that we know are thriving, why St. Louis and those places don't work together to try to get nothing done. But we know the reputation of St. Louis. Like me and Phil was talking about, a lot of people have to get out of here, man, to even try to get on. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of victims of ourselves
like
around
Kansas
here.
City and St. Louis, it's like sibling rivalry for real. That's what that is. If you look at it for real, we're a little larger than they are. We got more fanfare. We got a national monument. So we have attractions that bring people here versus there.
And that's what I'm saying. They trending more than us. I mean, you hear more about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift than St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? Because they're thriving right now. You hear me? And they don't have as much of that garbage going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. If we hear about Chicago news every day, if something pop off in Kansas City, we're going to hear about it. We're not hearing about it because not as much of that garbage is going on there. You hear me? And that might have answered my own question. They might not even want to deal with us because of the reputation that we were.
Right.
You hear me? But saying that, you would think that people around here, man, would get more business savvy, kill the nonsense, man, and start trying to make some moves with people around here. Because St. Louis is thriving and Kansas City is thriving. So Missouri should be thriving.
If we learn how to communicate effectively and work our plan and plan the plan to succeed, our success should be a catalyst for other people to follow our blueprint. However, it becomes too many architects and not enough contractors.
Yes, sir.
And here again, too many chefs spoil the soup. So, you know, it's just like in any kind of organization, if you're not supporting the leader, man, why are you a part of the organization? Leave and do them a service so they can get their goal accomplished. You're a detractor. Detract somewhere else, do something else that's in your lane and liking.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a part of the Sumner Bulldogs family to come and say, "Y'all did an excellent job, man. Y'all got the school back enthused, motivated, and thriving." And this is all due to the alumni who seen the you know, when we were students, I wanted to graduate and be done with school. Now I want more people to have the experience that I had, because that was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
Yes, sir. You know what I say, sir. I mean, that was part of me wanting to go to that school, man, just the tradition of it and how deep and rich that it was, man. And I seen all the people up there that I felt like were about something. You hear me? So I always plan like one day I would be about something, and I would love to have my name mentioned with some of those people and say that I was definitely a part of
But
that,
now
man.
that it's almost being lost in translation because the environment is looks like it's crack infested or coming through a detox.
Well,
And
you know
there's
they'll make that be the
no
reason, man.
body
But I don't think
to
that's the
come to
reason.
these classes outside of those 200 that are already there. You know, and you look at where they living at in the surrounding area, you're like, oh, okay. If every 4 houses is 2 vacos or 2 vacant lots, and then that goes throughout the block, you only got what used to be like 20 houses, now you got the 7 houses. You're like, wow, where are all these people displaced to? Where they go?
The
And why
county,
they
my brother.
Why did they come back to the city?
Well, you know how they go. I mean, you have that type of shift all the time, man. They trying to build up this whole downtown. You see all the money they putting down there, the NGA, Ballpark Village. So yeah, of course they're gonna move all the ninjas somewhere else. And when they start developing that part of town, they're gonna relocate them again. So they're just part of the process. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
That's not really what bothers me. What bothers me is that they taking the legacy as rich as Sumner's and putting it at risk for extinction.
well, they're gonna do that, man, because you know it got that color associated with it. So they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Especially if we let them do it, like you say. So you know that's all that it is.
That's
But
gonna be on us, like you said, Don Bo. The alumni got to do something. If we want to see something to survive, it's gonna be on us to do it.
yeah, and the only thing that could happen, being honest, man, is they could try to kill some of the tradition that's going to come out of that place in the future. Because everything that's been done to this point, they can't take it away, and it can't nothing be sacrificed or changed by it, no matter how hard they try. So yeah, man. With that being said, man, go ahead.
When you got legacies like Dick Gregory, Tina Turner, Julius Hunter, The Fifth Dimension, Arthur Ashe, just to name a few, right?
Mm-hmm.
That walk these halls, the same halls that I walk. When you got Philip Foxwell, you got Mikey Justice that went to these schools and excelled in life. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to really follow in our footsteps and they can't do that because the school is lacking funds and resources.
Well,
And it's like, who cares?
Well, hey, we gonna
But
see
I
who
can't-
care, man, because like we said, man, that's the oldest black high school west of the Mississippi, rich in a lot of tradition. And next week, man, I would like to, do a little bit more talking about it, man, because like I said, I'm a part of that, man, and I want to see it do good. So yeah, man, we'll hold that and we'll pick up on that next week, man.
Okie dokie. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, I'm gonna try my best to start calling these people out, try to take the show to the people, man. And only thing that I ask people to do, man, help support like you've been doing. Put the word out, man, and see if you can get anybody to help us and get on board with this mission, man.
Right. Well,
I thank you for calling, my brother.
Already. Peace and blessings.
All right, you take care, brother. Before we go, man, it was another twist to that situation with the coach being shot. Wanted to talk about it because, like I said, man, with you coaching up there, man, I feel a very close and personal connection to that situation. You hear me?
Yeah.
Some more information came out, man. Now they're saying that it was a fight that took place between those guys. You hear me? And when the other guy shot the coach, his brother and family are now claiming that it's self-defense. I think the clip, probably about a minute or so?
Yeah, about 2 minutes long.
Roll the clip.
The man accused of shooting a volunteer football coach appeared in a St. Louis courtroom. Tonight, the suspect's brother and a parent of a football player say the accused shooter acted in self-defense. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush. Ann Allred has the night off. Our Christine Byers was in court today and has new information on this still developing story.
The shooting happened at Sherman Park in North St. Louis October 10th during a practice for a youth football team. Police say Daryl Clemens shot coach Shaquille Lattimore 4 times because he was upset his son wasn't a starter on the team. Lattimore spoke to 5 on Your Side Wednesday.
He kept shooting me, man. Shot me 4 more times while I was on the ground. No unarmed black man. Shot me 4 more times.
In court Thursday, Daryl Clemens' brother said the coach had a gun and his brother fired in self-defense.
It wasn't over my nephew. Shaquille handed his gun to a friend of his and told him to hold the gun. So him and my brother had a fist altercation. And when he felt my brother got the best of him, he asked his friend for the gun back. In the midst of him getting the gun in his hand, my brother shot in self-defense.
A man who had his son at the practice backed up Jason Clemens' claims. He asked not to be identified, fearing retribution.
They're putting an innocent person in jail for where the coach started this.
The witness says the coach walked off the field during practice to confront Clemens.
He should have stayed on the field.
And Clemens repeatedly told the coach to leave him alone.
Why you being the coach? And you teaching them right and wrong, but you go do wrong. Do that make sense? No, it don't.
Clemens' brother says Daryl Clemens co-founded the Bad Boys football team 12 years ago. He stepped down from coaching when his own son joined the team 2 years ago. And Jason Clemens says he doesn't know what all the arguing was about. Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
In court, the judge noted Clemens has no prior convictions, but did not let him out on bond. His next court hearing is scheduled for November 22nd.
Okay, man, we back live. Got a few things that I had a problem with as far as how that story went. You heard me? Okay, the guy, you heard him say plain as day that you did that to an unarmed black man.
Right.
Okay, shout out to old boy for speaking up. When you see something, you're supposed to say something. Yeah. Try to bring some, make it make sense. Because the whole situation, if it's about a kid not getting to start, is no reason to shoot a coach. So anybody in their right mind, that should have never made sense from the start.
Yeah.
Okay, then he said he's unarmed. But then you hear the guy who's supposed to shot him brother say that he saw him hand his gun to a friend. Mm-hmm. He saw the coach that got shot hand his gun to a friend.
Right.
He said after that, some type of argument, confrontation ensued. Then it led to a fist fight. They never said that part of the situation. Mm-hmm. You hear me?
Right.
He said after my brother got the best of him, he asked his friend to give him the gun. Before his friend can hand him the gun back, my brother pulls out his gun and shoot him in self-defense. Mm-hmm. Okay. We still cooking with gas. We still going right down the road. Mm-hmm. My thing is this. I've heard in the reports that he shot him in the back. My whole thing is this. Somebody running away from you, they're not so much of a threat to you.
Right.
Okay, you're going to use the argument that he pulled out the gun on you first, so you was defending yourself. Mm-hmm. Okay, after you shot him the one time, you get him down, he got a bullet in him. Is he still holding the gun? Mm-hmm. Did he hand it back to his friend? Did his friend still got the gun? Because if it's really his friend probably would have shot you after seeing you shoot his friend.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
And then after he's already down and you shot him in the back, then what's the purpose of standing over him, shooting him more?
Yeah.
Now you turn it into something personal. Mm-hmm. Now you're attempting to kill him.
Right.
And then I heard conflicting reports saying that he was shot 4 times. Mm-hmm. Then the guy said he shot me, then he stood over me and shot me 4 more times.
Right.
I'm not going to say my brother's name on this earth, but he has told me that lead is not made for the human body.
For sure.
So if somebody puts some lead in you, you know whether you took 4 or 5 bullets. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand why would you have to embellish a story like that.
Right.
It needs no more extra put on it. It's already tragic enough in itself.
Yeah.
So did you guys have a fight? Did you pull your pistol on him first?
Right.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, if it wasn't self-defense, why did you go over and try to finish him off? You hear me?
Yeah.
And if you had time to tell him to leave you alone and everything else, and he didn't pull a gun out on you that you claimed that him or his friend had, then why didn't you use the option of walking away?
Yeah. And that is what I get out of this whole situation. Sometimes you got to know when to walk away. You know what I mean? Whatever kind of friction y'all had, you got to know when it's time to just let it go and say, you know what? You go that way, I'm going to go this way.
How can you be a coach out here and you doing wrong? You supposed to be teaching the wrong for right. Okay, how can you be a parent that'll say something like that when you go over and continue to shoot the man? Mm-hmm. Were you teaching anybody right from wrong? Mm-hmm. But once again, man, we'll get back into that at another time. But I just want to show that clip because it sheds a whole different light on what's supposed to happen.
Right.
And I guess later on as it go on, the actual facts and everything will come out.
Yeah. Yeah. Tragic. the whole thing is just a tragic situation, man. Because like I say, that's what I take out of it: the conflict resolution part of it. When do, as grown men, we just say, all right, you know what? This ain't it. We're not going there.
We supposed to, man. You know, that's the whole purpose of coaching little kids in football, man, to give something back to them, you know. And as grown men, we have to set better examples, man. So, brother, I pray for you. Hopefully y'all stay safe. Hopefully that situation turn out a little bit better. And on the note of that, man, I appreciate everybody for rocking with us, man. I had a lot on my mind. I wish we had a little bit more time to try to talk about some stuff or get into it, but we do this thing every week. So join us next week, 7:30. Y'all know, same time, same place. Mikey Justice Hour, Just Us for All. And I'm dropping a top 5 female video of all time. My top 5 female rappers of all time. So y'all stay tuned. Be looking out for that video. And once again, thank you for the support. And join your boy 7:30 next Wednesday on the Mikey Justice Hour. That's been my time. For my man Phil, this your boy again, Mikey Justice, and I'm out.